everyone, let's take a moment and let this question sink in. How many of you have something specific in your life that you are hoping to change? Maybe it's getting out of debt. Maybe it's growing more passionate in your marriage. Maybe it's getting into better physical shape or simply becoming more organized. Raise your hand if that's you, right? Hope is good, but here's the thing about hope. Hope alone won't change your life. It's our habits that do the work. So welcome to our midweek pickup, where we are diving a little deeper into our reading for the week. And today we're diving into one of the most powerful stories from the Old Testament, a story that's near and dear to my heart and one of my favorites, Daniel in the lion's den, and exploring the impact of how one small holy habit changed Daniel's life. Picture this. Daniel is a young man living in a world completely different from his own. He's serving in the court of a foreign king under a culture that celebrated many gods, practiced customs that clashed with his beliefs, and pressured him to conform. Despite all this, Daniel stood firm. He didn't let the pressures of a foreign culture or even a law that could cost him his life change who God called him to be. Back then, Greek culture was spreading, and Daniel and his friends were given new names and a new education and expected to blend in and conform. But their commitment was clear. They worshiped only the one true God. Here's where it gets really interesting. Daniel had one small habit that changed everything. In the 6th chapter of the book of Daniel, verse 10, even after a decree was passed forbidding prayer to anyone but the king, Daniel went home to his upstairs room with windows open toward Jerusalem, where 3 times a day he knelt down and prayed, just as he always had. That simple, consistent habit built his faith, deepening his relationship with God, and gave him the strength to face even the den of lions. Now imagine the impact of that. His habit of daily prayer not only sustained him through trials, but also moved the heart of the king. When Daniel was rescued by God, even the ruler confessed the power of Daniel's God. This brings us back to our own lives. Just like Daniel, many of us have goals to change our habits. Whether it's waking up without hitting the snooze button, I'm guilty of that, or spending more quality time with family, or maybe, like Daniel, simply deepening our prayer life. Studies show that over 40% of our daily actions are driven by habit and not conscious decision making. So if you want to see real change, it starts with establishing one small, God-honoring habit at a time. Think about it. Physical training is good, but as Scripture tells us, training for godliness is even better. Each small step you take, each time you choose prayer over worry or discipline over procrastination, you are building a foundation for spiritual transformation. Scripture tells us that we are to be reminded of the understanding that we are not to despise the small beginnings, for the Lord rejoices to see the work begin. Today, I want to challenge y'all based on who you want to become. Whether that's a more loving parent, maybe a more devoted person, or someone who makes a lasting impact at work. What's that one small habit you can start? Make it simple and make it easy. Maybe it's a short prayer in the morning, a quick walk to clear your mind, or just a moment of gratitude before bed. Remember, the same grace that saved Daniel is available to you, empowering you to start small and to grow into the person that God has designed you to be. Hope gets you started, but your habits will carry you forward. I invite you to take that first step of faith today. Reflect on that one small habit, and let's begin the work together and dive deeper into the Bible and into our faith in God. Till next time, friends.